Hello, everyone. This is your girl D with 8th House Energy, here to bring you a Are You Ready to Find New Love spread here or reading. This I wanted to do because with everything that's going on with all the planets that are in retrograde, the partial lunar eclipse, and then the full solar eclipse we had, the atmosphere is one of which is clearing out things that no longer serve us. And this includes any relationships that we've had with people that we just shouldn't be with. So in the aftermath of that, there are people who are ready to heal and ready to look for love. Some people just got out of relationships. Some people have been out for a little while. And with all of the energies that have been going on lately, with all the return of the ex, when we're in Mercury retrograde right now, and dealing with the past, some of us are just ready to move forward and bring in the new. And so I thought this would be appropriate, and this was suggested to me by one of my subscribers, IT Bloomfield, and I want to thank IT for that. Because this is dedicated to those who are ready to move forward, ready to leave the past behind, and are ready to find new love. So I wanted to do this spread for you. So if you have any questions or concerns about this video, I'll have some information listed below. Those of you who are returning, thank you for returning. If you have not subscribed, please feel free to do so. And then hit the notification bell so that you're notified when I post. If this video resonates with you, please let me know because this is something that I'm interested in implementing monthly as well. Because a lot of us, like I said, we're just ready to move forward. The past is the past. We've dealt with it. We've moved on. We don't want to sit in that residue, okay? We're ready to move forward. All right, and so this is going to be a Are You Ready for Love spread. And this spread is going to consist of six cards. And the cards are going to represent what you want in love, what you've learned from love, what holds you back from love, the readiness of your heart, the readiness of your mind, and the readiness of your spirit. All right, so we're going to examine those. And then I'm going to give you 3 oracle cards that are going to provide some additional energies and advice in reference to how to move forward with finding your new love. But the premise of this spread is just to make sure that you are ready. You know, a lot of us want new love, but we need to make sure that we're healed and that we're ready for new love, okay? And that means being able to learn the lessons from past relationships, so that when the universe presents us with opportunity, whether it's opportunity to move forward because of the lessons you've learned, or whether it's opportunity to be put back in the environment that you were in so that you can continue to learn the lesson you were supposed to learn, this is what this is the focus about, okay? Are you truly ready? So for those who are ready, my divine masculine, please join me. So the first card is going to represent what you want in love. So what is it that you want in love? And for that card, we have the Moon card. Okay? Now this card represents, with the Moon card, it represents the unknown. It represents maybe something that you're not sure about. It could also represent something that you have to think about. You may need to take some time to put yourself in an environment where you can really, truly just relax and focus on what it is that you truly want in your relationship. Okay? Because if you don't know what you want, then you're not going to know if you see it when it's presented to you. So it's very important that you decide what it is that you're looking for. What can you be happy with in reference to the personality and the characteristics of your divine masculine or your divine feminine? whichever you prefer. Okay, but this video is talking to the divine masculine. So when you are looking for a mate, what is it that you want? What is it that would make you feel like, you know what, this is somebody that I would like to spend the rest of my life with? Think about those characteristics. Think about what it is that that partner would be able to provide that you need. And if you don't know what that is, then you do want to spend some time getting to know yourself, finding out what it is that you are looking for in a partner and what will make you comfortable. Please keep in mind that a partner is not going to come to you for the purpose of making you happy. You already need to be in a position where you are happy. No one, and I mean no one, is going to be able to make you happy but you. So, divine masculine, if you are not in a state of happiness with yourself, it will be very difficult for you to find someone who will make you happy, because no one can. You want someone who is happy with themselves, and that you two who are happy together will be able to bring happiness to each other. So, in reference to this moon card, you may want to find out, if you're not sure if you're happy. If you don't know for sure, then you need to find out what it is that makes you happy. That could involve you doing some things that you truly love. Tap into your creative side. Do things that really bring you joy. Find out what brings you joy and what brings you happiness. Do those things, and the universe will speak to you and let you know, okay, yes, I'm happy, I'm ready for love. All right? So that was the what you want in love card. The next card we're going to pull is going to represent what you've learned from love. Okay? And that card represents the Three of Cups. Okay? Now with the Three of Cups, with this card here, in the position of what you've learned from love, you want to look at this in a sense of, okay, in my past relationships, what have I done that I could have done differently? It doesn't matter how the relationship ended. It doesn't matter why it ended. Each time you're in a relationship and that relationship ends, you need to look at what you've learned from that situation. If you've learned absolutely nothing, then guess what's going to happen? The universe is going to bring that person back to you, or the universe is going to bring somebody to you with similar characteristics and similar behavior for the purpose of you learning that lesson. So it's very important that before you move on, before you feel you are ready for a new love, not only do you want you to look at what you want in love, but you also need to look at what you've learned from your past experiences in love. No matter what happened in those relationships, even if someone cheated on you, okay, divine masculine, because that happens. We all know it does. You want to look at, okay, well, yeah, this person cheated on me and it caused the end of our relationship, but what did you learn from it? What could you have done a little bit differently? You can't control anybody else's feelings and anybody else's actions towards you or towards others, but there is something, if you think about it, in that relationship that you've learned, and it was something that you could have done differently. Not that, oh, I learned this person was a cheater, but what did you learn about yourself when you went through those situations, when you went through those experiences? What was it that you learned? When we talk about the Three of Cups, you have the traditional Rider-Waite has three people in the card. Was it that you learned to keep people out of your relationship, to keep other people's opinions out of your relationship, to make a decision based on your relationship? It would be based on what you wanted to do and not based on what other people are telling you to do. Perhaps your friends, your family members, or whomever making decisions about your relationship, and then you acting on those decisions based on what someone else suggested. Now, it's fine to take advice from others, but in the end, you're going to be held accountable for your actions. So you want to make sure that you're not taking advice from people who don't have your best interest at heart, who don't want to see you happy. And perhaps that is what you've done in the past. You've taken advice from the wrong people. Perhaps this Three of Cups could represent maybe you not willing to be or ready to be in a relationship because you're still at a point where you're interested in partying. Okay, you have to think about that. Okay, were you in an environment or a situation where you had a relationship with someone, but you preferred to be out doing other things instead of nurturing the relationship? Because that can definitely come between you and your divine feminine or divine masculine. So when we look at what you've learned from love, take a look at the things you've done and the things you've experienced. Take a look at your reactions to things. Could you have reacted a different way? Could you have avoided a situation by maybe not listening to what others were saying that you should do? Perhaps you could have avoided a negative situation from, not being out and partying as much. All right? So think about those things. What have you learned from love? Now the next card is what holds you back from love. This represents the Five of Cups. Now with the Five of Cups, this represents someone in the traditional Rider-Waite picture for this card. You're going to see someone with 3 cups spilt, mourning over those 3 cups, and then behind them are 2 other cups. So this represents remorse. This represents depression. Okay? It represents a great loss. So what holds you back from love? So divine masculine, could it be that you are just suffering from depression of some sort? And if so, you need to look at that and wonder and focus on why you are depressed. Usually when people are depressed, it's because they're focusing on something that happened in the past. Now, if you're focused on something that happened in the past and you can't move forward, then divine masculine, you're going to have to revisit that scenario emotionally, spiritually, and mentally, and that could cause you a lot of pain. But you have got to feel that pain in order to get past it. A lot of times people have things happen to them and they compartmentalize it and then move on to deal with it later. It's time to go into that compartment. Look at what it is that depresses you or depressed you and happened to you that puts you in a state where you are depressful and you're depressed and you're remorseful. Look at what happened to you. You have to deal with that, because what's going to happen is it's going to sabotage any relationship that you get into if you don't go in and heal what's making you depressed. And it is clearly something that happened to you in the past that you have not gotten over. So you have to do the work, unfortunately. If that involves you just spending time alone, rehashing the situation and what happened and being at peace with it, if it was something that you could have done to change the situation, this refers back to question number 2. What have you learned from love? Look at what you could have done differently. Accept the fact that there's nothing you can do about it now. But if the situation presented itself again, what would you have done differently? Because once you do that, you can say to yourself, I forgive myself for not making the right decision. Or I forgive myself for deciding on doing this instead of maybe doing that now that I'm looking back at it. Forgive yourself. There's nothing that you can do to go back to that. So ask the higher power for forgiveness. Forgive yourself. Understand that you are not perfect. Things happen. There's nothing you can do about it. But understand what you did in the past that you could have changed. And just just honor yourself with the idea that, yes, if I could go back, I would change this. I would have done something different, but I cannot now. So if you have to apologize to someone for something you've done and you can, and that's something that you want to do, then fine. But what you really also want to do is apologize to yourself. You made a mistake, and we all make mistakes. But you have got to deal with the past before you can move on to find new love, because it's not going to allow you to move forward. You're going to be depressed in that relationship. And like I said, with what do you want out of love, or what do you want in love? If you're not happy with yourself, someone coming into your life can't make you happy. You have to be in a state of happiness yourself. And if you're depressed, you have to figure out why, deal with that, forgive yourself if it was something that you could have done differently, accept that it was something you could have done differently, and then forgive yourself, and then move on. If there was something that happened to you that you had no say so in the matter, accept the fact that you had no say so in the matter. It was not your fault. If this was something that happened to you when you were a child, and unfortunately you were a victim of a situation, there was nothing you could have done about that. You were a child. Forgive yourself. Understand that you were just in an unfortunate situation, and it was something that you had no control over because you were a child. Forgive yourself for that. Understand that. And move on. And ask the universe to guide you so that you can move on. Okay? Because if you don't look at the things that are not making you happy, you're never going to be happy with someone else. And more importantly, you're going to bring someone else into your world and you're going to make them unhappy. All right? So that is what holds you back from love. Now, the next 3 cards are going to be talking about the readiness of your heart, the readiness of your mind, and the readiness of your spirit. Let's talk about the readiness of your heart. This is reflected with the 9 of coins. And this is the 9 of pentacles. If you're not familiar, that coins means pentacles. Now, when we talk about the 9 of pentacles, this talks about worth. What is worth to you? Okay. The readiness of your heart. Do you feel like you are worthy of love, divine masculine? And if you don't feel like you are ready for love or ready or worth of divine love, then you have to look at why. And looking at why looks at going back to the first 3 questions that we talked about. Okay? What is it that you want in love? What have you learned from love? And what holds you back from love? Is your heart ready for love? Are you worthy? Is what this card is saying. And you may be asking yourself that, and you should. Are you worthy of love? Yes, I am. I'm worthy of love because, and you should be able to fill in that blank. And if you're hesitating, then stop and think about, why are you worthy of love? Someone should be worthy of your love. Is the person that is coming towards you, are they worthy of your love? Now, when we ask, are you worthy of love? Yes, you're worthy of love. And if you feel that you're not, then you need to look at the part of you that is telling you that you are not and look at why. And again, that can revert right back to what holds you back from love. Okay, and that would be something that happened to you in the past that made you feel like you were not worthy. I'm not going to keep going back on that, but I'm going to say this once more. If it was something that happened to you as a child, one moment. If it was something that happened to you as a child that you had no control over, and adults put you in a situation where you felt you were unworthy of being loved because you were not protected, understand, divine masculine, that was not your fault. You were just around irresponsible adults, or you were around adults who were irresponsible at that particular moment when that unfortunate situation occurred for you. Understand that you are worthy of love. Anybody who is here on this planet is worthy of love, no matter what you've done in the past. Okay, you are worthy of love. Understand that. So you need to look at the readiness of your heart and look at the things that have happened to you in the past and heal those things so that you are ready. The readiness of your heart is there in this equation. Let's take a look at the readiness of your mind. That we have the Knight of Coins. Okay? The Knight of Pentacles. And with this energy, with the Knight of Pentacles, this is an energy that is very steady, very secure, very stable. Takes its time in making decisions because it wants to make the right decision. Make sure that all the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed. All right, so this is where we're talking about the readiness of your mind. Is your mind stable enough for a relationship? Can you provide stability, divine masculine? Because that is what you would bring to a relationship, stability. Are you able to provide practicality in a relationship? You have to be mentally stable and capable of not only obtaining the right partner, but maintaining that relationship. Are you able to do so? And if you feel that you are not, then again, you need to revert back to what holds you back from love. What has happened to you in the past that made you feel as if you're not worthy of love, and that your mind is not ready for love? Are you mature enough? Are you ready for a relationship? Ask yourself that. Are you getting into relationships with people knowing that you're not ready because you don't know how to say, hey, I want to slow things down. I want to just get to know you. Hey, I'm dating at this time. Dating means I hang out with people, different people. I want to be friends, and then we'll see where things go. So mentally, you need to be able to articulate what it is that you want. If you're not ready for a relationship, divine masculine, then let the divine feminine know. Let her know, look, I just want to be friends. I want to get to know you. I'm not ready for a relationship. Be fair. And for you to be fair, you have to be ready in the mind to be able to communicate what it is that you are truly feeling, no matter what it is. Because you will want someone to do this for you. You would not want to be led on. So the games, the mind games, they have to stop. If you're not ready for a relationship, then let people know that. Okay, be honest. And be honest with yourself. Excuse me, there's nothing wrong with not being ready for a relationship. Doesn't matter how old you are. If you're not ready to settle down and you're not ready for a relationship, that is fine. Find like-minded people. Okay, because you want to be considerate of the karma that you are going to acquire if you are out here purposely luring in people because you know that they want a relationship, but you don't. You just want what you want from them, so you're going to pretend you want a relationship. You cannot do that and expect to find love when it's time for you to find love, because the universe is going to say, you've got some lessons to learn. You've got some karma to acquire. You've played with people. Now you need to understand how it feels so that you are truly worthy of love. Now the final card here is the readiness of your spirit. And that is represented with the King of Swords. And this represents someone who is looking at the truth of the matter. Not looking at it through emotions, but looking at it through truth and logic. Okay? Is your spirit truly ready? Are you truthfully ready to be in a relationship? Are you able to communicate what it is that your heart and mind wants? Are they aligned? Excuse me. Are they aligned? Do you know what it is that you want? Are you able to articulate what you want? What is your spirit or your soul telling you? What is it truthfully telling you? Is it truthfully telling you that you're not ready for a relationship? Is it truthfully telling you that you have some past baggage that you have to clear up before you're ready? Be truthful with yourself. Okay? Are you ready to provide stability? Do you truly feel that you are worthy of a relationship? Be truthful about what you want in love. And be truthful about what you've learned from your past love. Be truthful to yourself. Because if you are not truthful to yourself, you will not be able to be truthful to your partner. And you will sabotage that relationship. And you could very well sabotage yourself in the process. All right? So that was the readiness of your spirit. Now what I'm going to do for you is I'm going to pull 3 oracles. Okay, and these are going to be crystal angel oracles. These oracle cards are going to give you a message that the divine wants you to follow and on your path to being ready for love. Okay, and they also will have a crystal associated with it. I'm not sure if any of you have done crystal work before, but if you are in the process of healing and preparing yourself for love, great crystal to get would be rose quartz. Okay, One other thing that you can do, Divine Masculine, to prepare yourself for love is to, on YouTube, there are some channels that will help to clear out your heart chakra. You can listen to those videos to help clear out your heart chakra. Your heart will vibrate off of a certain frequency, and I believe it's 425 megahertz, if I'm not mistaken. But check out some of the videos on YouTube that will allow you to clear out your heart chakra. Please be advised, though, nobody told me this when I cleared out my heart chakra, that you may experience a little bit of physical sensation in that area. It could come in like a little shock or a little, spurts of pain. If you feel uncomfortable with that, then, of course, go to the hospital. But if you're normally a healthy person, you don't have high blood pressure, you don't have high cholesterol or anything like that, and you started doing heart chakra work, and you start experiencing little pains here and there, just know that is the heart chakra clearing itself out. But in no means am I telling you that if you feel pain, not to go to the hospital. If you feel pain, go to the hospital. If they go to the hospital and they tell you, oh, there's nothing, we didn't find anything on the EKG, then know that could just very well be that you're doing heart chakra work and you're clearing out your heart chakra. So you may feel a little bit of a discomfort. Okay? Also, when you're clearing out your heart chakra, what you may feel is you may go back and reminisce to those situations where things went on. Okay? So just keep that in mind as well. No one told me that when I started clearing out my heart chakra, where I kept revisiting these past situations, and it was kind of painful. So this is something you got to be ready for. You're going to go back, like I said, with the card, when we pulled the card for what holds you back from love. When you're clearing out your heart chakra, you're going to be dealing with going back and revisiting those situations that put you in pain so that you can process them, forgive yourself and forgive others, and move on. Okay? What you can also do for the crystal work is you can sleep with the crystal under your pillow for 30 days. And when you wake up each morning, if you had a dream, record it on your phone, what you experienced, or write it down. And that way you'll understand how to work with that crystal. So when you put it up and you want to work with it again, you can pull it back out and work with it again because you know how it'll work with you. All right. So the first card I pulled for the Angel Crystals Oracle is turquoise. And turquoise says spiritual path. Your true beliefs are becoming clearer to you, which prompts you to make necessary life changes. So if you are ready to make changes in your life because you know there are certain things that are holding you back from finding the true love that you want, you can work with turquoise. You can purchase turquoise. And again, you can do simple things like sleep with it under your pillow, for 2 weeks if you don't want to do it for 30 days. And you can keep the turquoise on you during the day. Keep it in your pocket or in your wallet. And just notice the energy that it gives to you. All right? So let's take a look at turquoise. So turquoise. So the card comes to you because you've been praying and meditating about your spiritual path. You may be feeling conflict with your true beliefs, wondering whether to take a traditional or alternative route. Perhaps you have been studying or attending different religious or spiritual groups, trying to see where to fit in and find other people aligned with your values. Your religious upbringing and family culture are factors here. While you would like to make your spiritual path decisions independently, you find yourself being influenced by your past. You also want to make the right choice that is best for your soul. And you do recognize that some traditional beliefs have merit. Okay? Now, with this here, again, this is just basically saying that, okay, if you're ready to make change, turquoise is a great stone for you to work with in order to start making changes in your life if you're having problems moving past certain stages, especially when it's what holds you back from love. The next crystal I have is rhodochrosite. Okay? Rhodochrosite is saying, be gentle with yourself. You've been through a lot and need time to heal and recover. Okay? So working with this crystal will help you and put you in a position where you will be able to work out some of the things that you have to work out in order to heal so that you can attract the love that you want. All right. And when we look at rhodochrosite, this card comes up because you have been through a lot and you've been pushing yourself. Now it's time to rest and recover. However, you must make change. You must take charge in order for the rest and recovery to occur. So you're very tired at this point. You may be tired of fighting in love relationships. It's time for you to relax, rest, reflect, and heal. And this is a crystal that will help you with that. Okay? So let's talk about the third crystal here, which is euconite. This is euconite, the card. Answered prayers. All your great work has opened the door for divine solutions and support. So it looks like for some of you, you've done the work. Now you're ready to move forward with finding your divine masculine or divine feminine for those who are interested in the divine feminine. And with the euconite, this is saying that you've been doing the work recently to forgive, release, and focus upon positivity and oneness. Because God respects your free will choices by choosing the healing path of love, you have opened the doorway for your prayers to be answered. All right? So this is basically stating that for those who have done the work, who've gone through the metamorphosis of learning what it is that you want in love, you've learned what you've learned from the past relationships. You've learned what holds you back. You've looked at the readiness of your heart. You looked at the readiness of your mind. You looked at the readiness of your spirit, and you're ready to move forward. This is a great stone that would help you and guide you with moving forward. Euconite is spelled, Unakite. Unakite. Okay, here is the rhodochrosite, if you can see the spelling there. Okay, and then turquoise, if you want to look these stones up so that you have the proper spelling and you can go to the store and grab them. All right, so divine masculine, I hope that this has helped you to determine if you are ready for love and how you will go about healing yourself so that you can move forward to find the love that you need. Again, my name is Dee, and this is 8th House Energy. Please contact me if you are looking for a reading. My information is below. I wish you well. Peace, divine masculine.